The time 6:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by Tilani Pires. The Pakistan Senate passes unanimous resolution condemning Sialkot lynching. The vaccination card is mandatory to visit the sacred Sripada site. The government is to spend 85,000 million rupees for rural development projects next year. An efficient and innovative program is to be implemented to meet the human-elephant conflict. The Ceylon Electricity Board loses more than 100 million rupees a year due to illegal electricity theft. And on the main news story, final decision on bus fare revisions on Wednesday. South Africa's Archbishop Desmond Tutu dies at 90. The Pakistan's Upper House of Parliament has unanimously passed a resolution condemning the recent lynching of Sri Lankan National Factory manager Priyantha Kumara in Sialkot by a mob accusing him of committing blasphemy. The chairman Sadiq Sanjarani said he would send a delegation of senators to Sri Lanka to personally hand over the copy of this resolution to the family of Kumara and express condolences to them. The resolution, which was moved by leader of the House, Shahzad Wazim, read that the House condemned such acts of extremism and demanded that the government should take action against these involved in the lynching. The vaccination card is mandatory to visit the sacred Sripada site. Issuing COVID-19 health guidelines for pilgrims, Ratnapura District Secretary Malani Lukuput Gama said pilgrims should have their vaccination card or an image of the vaccination card with them to visit the Sripada site this season. She also requests the public to strictly follow health protocols mandated to prevent the spread of COVID-19. She added pilgrims should leave the Udamalua area soon after they complete their rituals. The annual Sripada season began on Uduap Full Moon Poya Day on 18th December. The pilgrimage season ends on Vesak Full Moon Poya Day in May. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The government is to spend 85 million rupees for rural development projects next year. Environment Minister Mahinda Amaravira said the President has instructed that all the money should be spent on livelihood development projects in rural areas. Addressing a public meeting at Aguna Palace yesterday, he said the funds were allocated in the last budget. Minister Amaravira said the main objective of the government is to improve the livelihood development of the people. Meanwhile, the minister said that the government has also decided to restrict the import of non-essential goods and plans to promote local small-scale industries. The State Minister Vimalavira Dissanayake says an efficient and innovative program is to be implemented to meet the human-elephant conflict. He said 5,000 youths will be recruited to safeguard the electric fence and several other measures will also be taken to settle the last long issue. Officials say with the degradation of forests and shrinking of habitats, human-elephant conflicts are rising in the north central and many parts of the country. They added villagers are being killed by wild elephants and elephants too, including tuskers, are dying from diverse causes due to the conflict. Meanwhile, the farmers complain herd of wild elephants damage huge quantities of crops, farms and homes. The wild intruders also destroyed various other properties besides eating food stored in the homes of the remote villagers. The Ceylon Electricity Board, CEB, loses more than 100 million rupees a year due to illegal electricity theft. The CEB Investigation Division Manager Indika Fernando said that the CEB's investigation unit conducts about 2,000 raids a year and CEB is trying hard to recover the money lost due to the energy theft. He said that 18 investigation units have been set up throughout the country for raids. 70 officers are on duty 24 hours a day, he added. The CEB has also deployed a special police unit to help the investigations process. The CEB says that stealing electricity is a non-bailable offence and if convicted in a court of law, the minimum fine could be between 10,000 rupees and 50,000 rupees together with the charges of illegally taken electricity. That ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhaloka Vedamahatma.
And on the main news story, the final decision on the bus fare revision is likely to be taken on Wednesday. The State Minister Amunugama said the bus fares have to be increased in keeping with the hardships faced by the private bus owners due to the recent fuel price hike. He said the private bus associations have submitted proposals to the NTC, and its chairman, Shashi Velgama, has asked for 4 days to take these proposals into account and provide their opinion on the bus fare revision. He added that the government would not put the entire burden of the fuel price hike on the passengers, and the ministry would have to take steps to amend the bus fares after the NTC's opinion is provided. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And on Watch Light this evening, the Deputy Director General of Health Services, Dr. Hemant Herath, says that it is the duty of the public to act responsibly during the festive season, as the Omicron variant has been detected from the country. He said there is no proper understanding on the behavior of the new variant yet. He warns that it is a must to adhere to all health guidelines during the festive season. Dr. Hemant Herath also requests the public not to gather in massive groups at functions and social gatherings. That came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
Christmas and New Year sales with CIB Janajaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable prizes and vouchers for CIB bills during the entire month of December. 20% discount will be given for bank cards and for gift vouchers. Visit CIB today as well.
And the world news headlines first. South Africa Archbishop Desmond Tutu dies at 90. Japan is experiencing heavy snow in areas along the Sea of Japan. New COVID-19 rules in force for 3 UK nations. Desmond Tutu, South Africa's retired archbishop and anti-apartheid icon, has died aged 90. Tutu was one of the country's best-known figures at home and abroad. President Cyril Ramaphosa said the churchman's death marked another chapter of bereavement in the nation's farewell to a generation of outstanding South Africans. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1984 for his role in the struggle to abolish the apartheid system. Tutu's death comes just weeks after that of South Africa's last apartheid-era president, F.W. de Klerk, who died at the age of 85. The Japan Meteorological Agency is warning of heavy snow in areas along the Sea of Japan. Officials are urging people there to refrain from non-essential outings. They added a severe cold air mass is flowing over the country, bringing strong winds and snow. Officials said snowfall is intensifying on Sunday, especially in a wide area from northern to western parts of Japan. The Meteorological Agency is warning that heavy snow could disrupt traffic and trigger avalanches. It also says snow accumulating on power cables could cause blackouts. The rough weather has affected public transportation. More than 100 domestic flights have been cancelled. Some railway services are also suspended. New COVID restrictions have come into force in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland as the nations try to halt the surge in infections. All 3 nations have introduced curbs on the hospitality and leisure industry, resumed social distancing rules and put limits on social gatherings. Boris Johnson has not announced any further restrictions in England, but the Prime Minister said he would not hesitate to act if necessary. Daily coronavirus figures are not being reported over Christmas Day and Boxing Day, but Friday saw a new high of 122,186 UK cases. Back to the world news headlines. South Africa's Archbishop Desmond Tutu dies at 90. Japan is experiencing heavy snow in areas along the Sea of Japan. New COVID-19 rules in force for 3 UK nations. That ends world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
Christmas and New Year sales with CIB Janajaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable prizes and vouchers for CIB bills during the entire month of December. 20% discount will be given for bank cards and for gift vouchers. Visit CIB today as well.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
And on development news, the state-owned enterprise restructuring board has proposed the government to suspend government assistance to 5 of the state-owned enterprises and to restructure the institutions. The restructuring board has proposed to restructure Sri Lankan Airlines, the Ceylon Electricity Board, Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, the Water Supply and Drainage Board, and the Sri Lanka Transport Board. According to data for the year 2019, the collective loss per day of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, the Ceylon Electricity Board, Sri Lankan Airlines, Satasa and the National Water Supply and Drainage Board is approximately 384.5 million rupees. That came to you in development news.
Development news was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Moving on with sports news. Sri Lanka Under-19 are placed at the second spot in the Under-19 Asia Cup 2021 Group B points table with a win from their first match of the group stage. The team has 2 points. Pawan Pathiraja is the top run scorer for Sri Lanka with 86 runs at a strike rate of 119. He has struck 11 fours. R. Somaratna has also made 60 runs at a strike rate of 105. D.N. Velage has been the best bowler for Sri Lanka Under-19 and has picked up 4 wickets while bowling at an average of 0.50 and an economy rate of 1.33. Bangladesh Under-19 are placed at the top spot in the SAC Under-19 Asia Cup 2021 Group B points table with wins from their first 2 matches of the group stage. The team has 4 points. Prantik Navroz Nabil is the top run scorer for Bangladesh Under-19 with 132 runs at a strike rate of 112. He has struck 11 fours and 1 6. Mahifuzil Islam has also made 129 runs at a strike rate of 84. Rakibul Hassan has been the best bowler for Bangladesh Under-19 and has picked up 4 wickets while bowling at an average of 7 and an economy rate of 2.95. The second match between Sri Lanka and Nepal is being played at Sharjah Stadium now. Sri Lanka scored 322 for 4 wickets. Opening batsman Shamindu Wickramasinghe scored 111 and Sandeepa got Rajapaksha. The opener made a record-breaking partnership of 223. That ends sports news.
For all foreign currencies remitted through NSB based on the US dollar value, 10 rupees more per dollar, plus more gifts until 31st December 2021. NSB, the safest place for your money.
Business news sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The recent most ultra-modern sanitary ware and ceramic trading company and distributor, Purkaramba Group of Companies, laid the foundation stone of a state-of-the-art ceramic manufacturing plant recently at Badurelia. The company named TPS Ceramic Industries Private Limited aims to become a formidable player and joined other local players to double the domestic ceramic production. The ambitious project is estimated to cost 4 billion rupees and is scheduled to create over 400 direct job opportunities. That came to you in business news.
Business news sponsored by
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB You Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
And on economic news, Sri Lanka plans to export tea to Iran every month to settle a $251 million debt. Iran's Trade Promotion Organization announced that Sri Lankan government had reached a deal with Iran to settle an outstanding debt by exporting tea to that value. Accordingly, Sri Lanka will export tea to Iran every month to settle the debt for Iranian oil supplied to Sri Lanka 9 years ago. The barter deal will also allow sanctions hit Iran to avoid having to use up scarce hard currency to pay for imports of the widely consumed staple, making the deal win-win situation for both parties, analysts said. That came to you in economic news.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The weather report. The Met Department predicts that fair weather will prevail over most parts of the island. Slightly cold weather in the night and early morning is expected over most parts of the island. Misty conditions can be expected in the western, Sabaragamuwa, central, north central, southern and Uva provinces during the morning. Wind speed can increase up to 45 kilometers per hour at times in the sea areas off the coast extending from Mannar to Colombo via Puttalam and from Matara to Pothuwil via Hambantota. The sea areas off the coast extending from Mannar to Colombo via Puttalam and Matara to Pothuwil via Hambantota can be fairly rough at times. The other sea areas around the island may be moderate at times. Meanwhile, the department has facilitated to obtain meteorological data and certified meteorological data reports issued by the Data Processing and Archives Division of the department via online. The department asked to send your requests to meteo@meteo.gov.lk. That was the weather report. And now to end this news broadcast, the main points once again. The Pakistan Senate passes unanimous resolution condemning Sialkot lynching. The vaccination card is mandatory to visit the sacred Sripada site. The government is to spend 85,000 million rupees for rural development projects next year. An efficient and innovative program is to be implemented to meet the human-elephant conflict. The Ceylon Electricity Board loses more than 100 million rupees a year due to illegal electricity theft. And on the main news story, final decision on bus fare revision on Wednesday. And on international news, South Africa's Archbishop Desmond Tutu dies at 90. That ends this news broadcast.